Hello everyone, welcome back. It's a really nice day out today. It's the beginning of March, spring is almost here, and definitely got the spring fever. So, I've been looking at gardening, starting some seeds, and I've been online looking at hatcheries for meat chickens, trying to figure out where the best place for meat chickens was. So I was pricing some spots and checking them out, and so I know we're gonna get meat chickens soon. So anyway, this is our brooder right back here. So I want to get it ready today. So when we get meat chickens, we're all prepared. So we got heat lamps we need to hang in there. We got feeders we need to put in there. Waterers we need to get in there. And then the milking stand is in there. We need to get it out. So originally we thought we were gonna put our goat Gracie in there to have babies, but she kept on banging the hardware cloth with her head, and she was tearing up all the fencing on there. And so we ended up putting her just in this regular stall over here. So you can see we got Gracie here, and her two babies are back here laying on this ledge. They're kind of curled up, sleeping together right there. And but they've been in there for about 4 or 5 days. Rebecca's going to keep them in there for at least a week before she lets these goats come out and hang around the chickens and the other goats. So I have gone around and gathered up all the feeders and waterers and heat lamps and all that stuff. So we just got to get this cleaned out and put it all in there. But we were out last night and we went to a Rural King, and they were selling Cornish cross meat birds in the Rural King. And they already looked to be like 2 weeks old. I mean, these things were nice, plump little chickens already. And they had them marked down to $2 a piece. And I think they had like 20 of them. Now, I don't know if they'll still be there later today. But if they are, I think we'll go back there and buy those chickens, because that's a pretty good deal. They're going to be cheaper than ordering them online. Plus, if they're already 2 weeks old, you only raise them for 8 weeks. So that'll be a pretty good deal. So I don't know. We're going to go ahead and get this ready. And then afterwards, we may see if there's any meat chickens still at the farm store. Look out, chickens. Woo! Just cold water. Ice cold water. So this brush right here we actually keep in the barn because Rebecca scrubs out their water bowls every few days, and so it comes in handy having one of these around. Get out of here. Come on. Go. Go. Come on. Come on. Go. Out. Come on. So I went ahead and put zip ties on the power cords. That's going to help kind of take the tension off of the cord. And you can also still, you can still raise and lower these, but I really can't go any lower than this. This is about as low as they're going to go because that's about as much power cord as I have. So hopefully I don't need to go any lower. Hopefully we're good here. But we'll have to wait and see when the birds get in here, whether we need to adjust these lights. So I ended up putting a 2x6 on the ground here, and that's to raise the water and the feeders up a little bit higher, trying to keep these pine shavings from getting kicked into them. Because those chickens are gonna, they're gonna scratch through this and move those pine shavings around quite a bit. I know these feeders are small, and they probably won't work very long for meat chickens. So we'll probably have to end up coming up with something a little bit bigger. But this is what I have on hand right now. So for these feeders, these have those plastic bottles on them, and we ended up cutting the tops of them off so we could just pour feed right in the top and keep filling them up that way. I think that just works better for us with these chicken crumbles instead of having to unscrew the bottle every time. But anyway, this will work for the first few weeks or first few days. I'm going to have to end up coming up with bigger feeders for 20, 25 meat chickens. So I ended up calling Rural King to see if they still had those Cornish cross chickens, and they did, so I went and picked them up. So I think we have a total of 21 chickens in here. So let's go ahead and get them in the brooder. These chickens are pretty good size already. Well, you guys are hot, aren't you? See that? Come on. Come on out. Look out. Oh, these ain't no newborn chicks. There you guys go. There you go. See where your water is? See where your water is? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So the meat chickens are in their new home. I've got their food filled up, and they've been eating pretty good, but I haven't seen them drink too much. I've showed a few of them now where the water is, but I haven't seen a lot of them really drink from it. I'm kind of hoping they'll learn from each other, but I think I'm going to end up having to make a nipple waterer because that's what they were used to at the store, and that's probably what I'm going to have to end up doing. But there's one right now drinking. Hopefully they'll learn from each other how to drink, and we'll be all right. But one thing I'm noticing is that they seem to be hovering under the lights. So I do think they're a little bit cold. So I'm probably going to go ahead and add a third light in here. And so I'll have to end up, since I've only got a double outlet, a regular outlet in there, I'm going to add one of these multi-outlet adapters on there. And then I'm going to put another hook in the ceiling, and we'll get one more heat lamp in here, because I can't lower those down any further to give them any more heat. So the only thing I can do now is just add more lights. I did end up finding an empty trash can that I put in here so I could keep their food in here nice and close to be able to fill up their feeders. So let's go ahead and see if I get another heat lamp hung up. So I've got the third heat lamp hung up, and it actually was a different brand of heat lamp. It's a little bit different design. It has a longer cord, so it's able to hang down farther. So I got it probably 3 to 4 inches lower than the other two lamps. And I also had to replace the light bulb, so I had 125 watt light bulbs, and that's what I put in there. I had some extras. So I'm going to assume that's what these are. These are probably 125 watt bulbs also. So at least this one's a little bit lower. It'll give them a warmer spot if they need it. They're still seem to be huddling up under the lights. I don't like to see that, but we'll give it some time and see how they do. So I'm not really sure how old these meat chickens are, but I mean, you can tell they're pretty good size, already getting their feathers on. So I'm going to estimate that they're probably 1 to 2 weeks old is what my guess is. So if anybody has braised these before, give me your guess on exactly how old you think these chickens are, because that's going to save me a little bit of money, a little less feed. We'll see. So this is our first batch of meat chickens that we've ever got. And we've butchered chickens in the past, probably 3 or 4 times. And we've all done laying hens in the past, extra ones, roosters and stuff like that. So we do have a chicken plucker, actually. We have it's like a whiz-bang chicken plucker. It's one of the homemade ones. It's out of a 55-gallon drum. It actually works really well. And that's what we're planning on using on these chickens when they get ready to butcher. So I think we got everything we need to butcher the chickens. The things that I still need to do is I'm going to have to obviously make a bigger feeder and a bigger waterer for the chickens. And then I need to make a chicken tractor to put them out on pasture. Now, here in like another week or so, I'm going to be going to 12-hour night shift, and I'm going to be working like 18, 19 days in a row, 12-hour shifts. I'm not going to have a bunch of extra time on my hands. But since I'm working at night, I'll be at home during the day. So I still think I'll be able to, if I get them out to the pasture in a chicken tractor, I'll be able to still move them and do their water and feed during the day before I go to work on nights. So I think I'll still be able to handle taking care of these chickens. But after I get done with that, here in April, I've got 2 weeks of vacation planned so I could get the garden planted and finished and try to get a bunch of stuff done around here. And that's when these chickens, I'm going to guess, that's when these chickens are going to be ready to butcher. So they normally take about 8 weeks. And I'm not really sure how old these are. So these could be already 1 to 2 weeks old. I'm not really sure. But I still think that's going to end up where they're ready to butcher when I'm on vacation. So I think the timing just kind of worked out perfect where we found these on sale and we're able to just pick them up, and they should be on vacation and have extra time when these are ready. So anyway, wish us luck with the meat chickens in our first batch. Still got several little projects to do to get these guys out of the brooder and out on the pasture. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.